Let's look at a slightly more advanced question with the same concept. The question is, the SI and CI for 2 years on the same sum are 600 and 630 respectively. Find the principal and the rate. Now I'm going to give you two different approaches to doing this question. The first is going to be faster, but it's less versatile, while the second is more versatile and can be used in situations where even the first one doesn't work. So let's see them. First method. It's given that the SI for 2 years is 600, and we know that as far as SI is concerned, you're generating the same percentage of the same principal, so it's going to be the same every year. So it's going to be 300 plus 300. SI for the first year and SI for the second year. And as far as CI is concerned, you're given 630, and the CI for the first year and second year are not going to be equal, right? So how do we find the split? It's very simple. There's no difference between CI and SI for the first year, because the difference starts appearing after the principal changes. So at the end of the first year, when the interest gets added back to the principal on this side but not on this side, that's when these two sets of numbers are going to start to differ. So the first year CI is going to be the same as the first year SI because the principles are the same. And so once you have the 300, you can say 630 minus 300, second year ka interest is 330. Now once we have this, here's the thing. The interests, if you look at the sequence of interests, those are also going to be in a GP with the same common ratio, which is 1 plus rate of interest. So just by dividing 330 by 300, you will get 1.1, which is your 1 plus R, from which you can say that your R is 10%. You're using the common ratio of the GP to find the rate. And once you find the rate, you will say, I had a principal and 10% of that principal was 300. Therefore, the principal is 3000 rupees. So you can find both the principal and the rate. This is the first method. Let's look at the second method. So we have two unknowns, principal and rate. I'm gonna assume two variables P and R, and we are given two data points. The SI for 2 years is 600 and the CI for 2 years is 630. We can use these two data points to write two equations. We'll have two equations and two variables which can be solved simultaneously. So let's look at the SI side. SI is basically P into R into T. So you basically have 2 PR is equal to 600, from which you can also write PR is equal to 300. And let's just leave that there. On the other side, we don't have a direct formula for CI, but we have a formula for the amount in CI, which is P into 1 plus R raised to T. Here T is equal to 2. So when you expand, you will get P plus 2PR plus PR square. Now, from this amount, if you subtract the principal, you'll get the combined compound interest for the 2 years, 2PR plus PR square. This is given to us as 630. Now, out of this, the first term is already we found it to be 600. So if you do the substitution, you'll get PR square is equal to 30. So PR is equal to 300. PR square is equal to 30. Dividing the second equation by the first equation, you will get R is equal to 0.1, which is 10% per annum. That's your rate. And once you get that, you can substitute that in the first equation, and you will get P into 0.1 is equal to 300. So your principal is 3000 rupees. We have found both the principal and the rate. This approach is more versatile. It works in certain question types where the first approach doesn't work. I'll be seeing that next.